Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Ghost Simix, aka Ghost, and today we are talking about a very special individual by the name of Christian Western Chandler, or Chris Chan for short. He's just very well documented, I'd say. Just kind of impressive. He's not even as documented as, say, Abraham Lincoln or even Jesus Christ, which is, like I said, pretty impressive, but he's very well documented for all the wrong reasons. Now, Chris Chan is an individual that lives in Virginia, and what he does on the internet, he just talks and talks and talks about his personal life, which gives a lot of people an incentive to make fun of him, essentially. And he is an autistic male, which, you know, I myself have autism. We are very quick to anger and just very emotional, so that also doesn't help Chris Chan's case of just being trolled, because the trolls are gonna keep getting the reactions that they want until Chris Chan learns to handle his anger and handle his emotions well, which he never has. So essentially what happened, I want to say 10 years ago, is Chris Chan ended up transitioning. Essentially what he did was he took scissors and went snip, 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 and essentially made cut-up hot dogs out of his penis like he was going to make beanies and weenies. And now, his recent returning is Chris Chan finally got out of jail. Yes, he was imprisoned. Why was he imprisoned, you may ask? Well, essentially, he was in a Call of Duty lobby, and this kid was talking trash. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna bang your mom." And Chris Chan replied, "Not if I do it first." And one thing led to another, and he with his mom. And that's something I couldn't have foreseen. I mean, some people could have, because, I mean, to my knowledge, there were fan fictions that he wrote with him and his mother, and there were some receipts from like Adam and Eve and Victoria's Secret buying lingerie and sex toys. And so, you know, that's fun. So he finally got out of prison and was saying that he was falsely accused, which, no, you weren't. You admitted it on call.
This was very interesting, and that's how I got into you when I was younger, right? But I didn't have any idea that Barbara was, that Barbara and you had that sort of relationship. I never got any of those vibes. But how did you approach her?
Approached her with care and caution.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time approach. So I just gave her comfort and talked with her, and we just branched out slow and steady. And then I encouraged her positively, let her make the first move. And she wanted to do it.
Oh, she did? Really? She made the first move?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, Barbara. How did she do it, if you don't mind me asking? What was the first move?
I don't remember exactly. Well, that was her first move, but my approach was, I forgot exactly what terminology and approach I used, but I approached with care and caution.
That's good.
And I was direct and upfront with her for the most part.
That's good. And how did she respond when you approached her? What'd she say?
I don't remember exactly what she said, but I think she was partially confused at one point, but then she came around, obviously, with the more approaching that I was doing with her along the way.
Right. So she got into it. How was the first kiss? You kissed her? How did that feel? Having known this woman for your whole life, how did that feel?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was simple lip to lip kiss contact, but yeah, it was actually good and it felt right.
When did you start having feelings for Barbara?
Obviously, well, for a long time. I mean, I remember even mentioning some time ago in one of the videos that I even had dreams where I had sex with her. Obviously,
Really?
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's right. The Oedipus complex.
Oh, Oedipus, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that's right. How, if you don't mind me asking, I know that's probably personal, you have to answer, but how is the sex?
I'd say it was satisfactory. It took a while. It took a few tries to.
It took a few tries, yeah. She is a...
Which, now you brought up the call saying, oh, I thought it was cool to say, and what, that's not cool. And so many people are jumping to his defense and saying, oh, he's autistic. He doesn't know what's cool. I'm autistic as well. I know what's right from wrong. And yes, there are different stages and there's a whole spectrum of autism. But I don't mean to make this a competition, but mine is incredibly worse than his. Or at least it was. I've learned to manage it pretty well. But if I've learned to manage my severe autism in 16 years, he can in his 40 years of living. At least I think he's 40. I'm not sure how old he is. I know he's up there. But the most damning thing is that Chris Chan, I saw him at the DNV a couple months ago. He was very, very weird in person. And I have to say, he smelled like shit. I'm surprised the staff didn't kick him out. But enough ranting about him. I'm gonna let my buddy Samuel Alves finish this segment off.
As we can see here, we have a creature that goes by the name Fatus Crapus. This creature lives in a very dirty environment that reeks of cheddar jalapeno Cheetos and musty cum socks. As we see here, the creature is very pompous, as they wear a medallion of filth around their elephant neck. It uses the medallion to attract mates. Unfortunately, this foul beast is a fucking sex offender. Join us next time as we discuss the Funkus Chunkus.
Skibbity toilet.